Am I audible to everybody? Kindly confirm once again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 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 okay. So I'm sharing the PDF in this window. Just confirm me whether you are able to see it or not. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss all the three methods of the transportation model to find the initial basic feasible solution, which is the first part of the transportation model. So I guess everybody do understand the earlier discussion on it. If anybody has certain queries, kindly ask me right now. Otherwise, I am telling you the step-by-step method how to find the initial basic feasible solution, which is the key point to find the solution of the transportation model, because this is the first part of the solution, and the second part is to find the next part of this to make this iteration, in which we try to find out the optimality condition. So what happened? This is the problem which is visible on your screen. This we have already discussed. You can see that the problem is summarized in such a way that there are certain demand centers 1 2 3, sorry, supply center 1 2 3, and demand center 1 2 3 and 4. So four demand centers and 3 supply centers are there. So what we have to do is to maintain a supply chain in such a way that the cost of the transportation is to be minimum. This is our objective. So let us start by one. The first we'll consider it to solve by the northwest corner method. If anybody has doubt, just ask me right now or ping me on a chat box. So the same problem is I am giving you on the Excel sheet so that everybody can understand it. Uh, how to do it right now. Just hang on. The same problem is visible on your screen now on the Excel sheet, which is this one. Where we can assume that there are 4 plants or manufacturing plant which are producing their maximum capacity of the 15 units, 25 units and 10 units. And these products are to be transported to the warehouse W1, W2, W3 and W4. So warehouse are having the capacity of the 5 unit, 15 unit, 15 unit, 15 unit respectively. First, what we are going to do is to check whether the problem is the balanced one or not. The first step is this one. So we'll sum it on these demands, which you can see here. Is sum is 50. Are you seeing my cursor? The point of cursor? This is an Excel sheet. You can see the sum here, 50. Or either you can make a formula like sum of all these cells, which is 50 right now. So similarly, you can add these cells, which are the cells of the supply from the plants P1, P2, P3 cumulative. So this is again the 50, or either you can make it here sum of all these three cells, which is 50. So this is 50 and this is 50. Supply and demand are equal. So it means the problem is balanced. We need not to make a dummy demand or supply, because this supply and demand is equal. But this is not always the case, and sometimes it happens that the let's say these are the power plants and these are the warehouses, you can say the cities, or you can say where the power plant, the electricity can be distributed to these cities. Let's say this is a problem. So what happened? Maybe the demand is higher as compared to the plants or power plants which are cumulative producing the electricity generation. So sometimes it happens that, let's say, the cumulative demand of the cities are, let's say, 100 million kilowatt unit, and plants are producing cumulatively like 80 million. So there is a deficit of 20 million units. So in that case, what we do, we add some dummy demand or supply depending upon the problem. So that will this case we will discuss in the later part of this problem. First, we try to solve this by using first the northwest corner method. Very quickly. Are you seeing this Excel sheet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So northwest corner method, let us first discuss by the northwest corner method. Northwest corner method पहला पार्ट है जो हम डिस्कस करेंगे. So northwest corner method, as we have discussed, we pick up this matrix and find the northwest corner cell of this matrix. So clearly we can find that this is the northwest corner cell. So if this is a northwest corner cell, let us make it a, इसको कलर दे देते हैं. And these values 10, 2, 20, 11, 12, 7 and blah blah blah, these are nothing but these are the cost associated with the shipping, or you can say shipping cost, or if these are the power plants and these are the cities where this electricity is to be sent or distributed. So this is nothing but the distribution cost from this plant to this city. So these are the costs associated with the shipping, or you can say in general the transportation cost. So first thing is we find the northwest corner cell and try to allocate as max as possible to this cell first. What we can do? So let's say this cell is having 15 plant P1 can supply 15 million units, but the city C1 or warehouse V1 जो भी आप मान लें इसको, has capacity to hold only the 5 units. So what we will do, this can have capacity of maximum 5, so we will take the minimum of this value, or either you can make a rule that you just the minimum value of the supply or demand is to be allocated here. So how much is to be allocated here? 5 units. So I am just copy this cell and put it over here, and now delete. we'll do the allocation over here. So this cell is allocated the 5 units completely. Once the 5 units are complete, how much is remaining here? Here we are having 0 demand now, and here the supply 5 unit supply is to be reduced over here, which remains 15 minus 5, that is 10, and here is the 15 and 15 and 15 remains. So since this column is filled just because the demand of this warehouse or the city is to be completely filled by the plant T1. So this is just removed from this whole cell matrix. So now the remaining matrix is this one, means this one. Now the remaining matrix is this one, which is visible here. So in this case, what is the northwest cell? Again, we'll check the northwest cell, which is this one, means this one. I'll color it by some other. Now, again, we'll do the same allocation. Here we are having now the 10 units and 15 units. So we will reduce it here 10, and this is 0, and rest is the same. So the 10 units is the supply from P1 is there, and 15 units of the demand of the warehouse 2 is there. So which is the minimum one, 15 or 10? So we'll check it out whether which value is the minimum among the supply and demand, or between the supply and demand on that particular row and the particular column. So we'll check here and here which is the minimum values to be considered, because the capacity of the warehouse is more, but the supply from P1 is 10. Logically we can see that which is to be minimum is to be placed on the is the warehouse or the city consumption. So how much is to be there? Allocation is 10, and this is now 0, and here the demand of W2 is remaining just 5 units, and now this row is filled because here we have no supply from P1, because the supply of P1 is consumed by warehouse W1 and W2, which is 5 units and 10 units respectively. Now since this row is filled, this row is to be deleted. It means this is now deleted, or you can make it a different color. So the remaining matrix is this one, and here we can see these matrices there. And northwest corner cell of this part is this W2 and P2. So how much is to be allocated here, which is again we can find the minimum value of this 25 and 5, which is the 5. So we allocate this value is to be 5 here, and which is now 0 here, and this remains 20 now. So now this value is 0, means the warehouse capacity of warehouse 2 is full. We can eliminate this warehouse now. So we will eliminate this warehouse by different color. Now only this matrix remaining, means this matrix over here. We'll consider this northwest cell and allocate with the same rule. So we'll check the demand is 15 unit and supply is 20 unit, which is minimum. The demand is minimum. We allocate the 15 unit completely over here, and this now remains 0. Since the capacity of warehouse 3 is full, so we can eliminate this column as well, and here we can eliminate this column by certain value. Now only 2 cells are remaining, and we can consider this cell, means this cell over here, and we can check that the 20 units are remaining. We clearly 20 units, and these are the 15 units. Units are minimum, so we'll allocate to this 15 units. This is 0 now, and here the remaining is 5 now. Now you can check here. Just hang on for a second. This is 5, this is 15. This is 5 and 15. So this is 5 unit. So we are considering this cell, and we have allocated only 15 and 5, 20. 20 is allocated, which remains only the 5 units here. Sorry, 20, 5 units here. So we'll allocate the 5 unit this and 15 unit is this. It means the 5 unit is lesser amount. So we'll pick up the 5 over here, and this remains 0. This is 0 now. So the last cell is this one, and here we are having only the 10 units are left, and 10 units is here. So we allocate the whole units over here, which is 10. So I guess everybody do understand now the northwest corner method. Is this allocation is understandable? Now check it out whether this is correct or not. So 10 plus 15, this is 15. That is correct. This is 10. This is 10. Is correct. Similarly, you can check it out from here. The total demand of the warehouse is 5, which is filled by 5. Warehouse 2 is having 10 plus 5, which is 10 plus 5, which is 15. Warehouse 3 is having capacity of 15, which is filled already. And warehouse W4, yeah, fourth warehouse is having capacity 15, which is filled now. Now, how do we find the total cost? The cost associated, or you can say the transportation cost, is equal to this 5 unit multiplied by the cost associated with the warehouse 1 or shipping cost, which is 10 units, plus this W2 is having the cost associated is 2 unit transportation cost, which is means 10 units multiplied by 2 units plus 5 units, and the transportation cost associated with the plant to warehouse 2 is 7, which is means quantity multiplied by the transportation cost plus 15 units multiplied by the transportation cost associated with warehouse 3 to plant 2 plus 10 units multiplied by 18 units. Now check how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something is left. So tell me which cell is left. Are you listening me?
Yes, sir.
Tell me which is left.
5 into 20, sir.
20. This one.
Yes, sir.
And 8 is the this. And 8. O8. O8. And O9. O9. P9. P9 plus Q10. Q10. This is missing. This is
Yes, sir.
missing. So this unit multiplied by 20 plus 10 units multiplied by 18. Now all the 5 allocations and the transportation cost associated with are to be multiplied, and summation of this is the transportation cost of this initial basic physical solution. Now I am just putting the enter and you will get the answer. So the total transportation cost is 520 in case of the northwest corner method. Now we'll try to compare what is the value from the other methods are there, and later on we'll discuss which method is the better one. So now I guess everybody do understand how to allocate the uh, number of units or the distribution of the power to different warehouses, which are nothing but the cities, from the all the 3 plants. Now we'll do the similar problem from the least cost method. So we'll copy this thing and put it in a red shell. So next method is least cost method. So the step 1 is, what is the least cost method? Least cost method, which we have earlier discussed, that whatever is the least value of the transportation cost is to be first filled. What is the least value in of transportation cost, and transportation cost is this one. Which is the least value? Which is the least value? Tell me. This is the least value. $2, or you can say 2 rupees, whatever the case may be. If this is the least value, what we will do is we allocate this warehouse up to its the full capacity, because it is logical. Which is the least transportation cost will first fill the whole capacity by using the least transportation cost. So this is the case 2 unit. This is the 2 unit cell, and the maximum capacity of the warehouse is 15. and supply from plant P1 is also 15. So there is a tie here. There is a tie here. So no problem. टाई है तो हम इसको पूरा का पूरा 15 एलोकेट कर देंगे और अब यहाँ पर जो वैल्यू मिली वो कितने रह गया 15 में 15 पूरा का पूरा फिल कर दिया था which remains 0 now and this is 0 now. Now W1 is having already 5. This remains 15 because nothing is to be allocated over here. This remains 15. This is 0 now. This is 25. This is 10. So since this row and this column and this row is filled or having the 0 demand and supply, so we'll eliminate this row as well. Let's say eliminate this one and eliminate this one as well. So the rest of the cells are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are the demand associated, and these are the supply associated with these cells. So again, we'll check which is the minimum value on which cell. So which is the minimum value?
9.
9 or 4? This value is 4.
4. 4.
4. So this 4 is the transportation cost associated with plant 3 to warehouse 1. So this 4 value means warehouse 1 is to be allocated as max as possible. So what we'll do? The demand is 5, but the supply from P3 plant 3 is 10 units. So which is the minimum one?
5.
This 5 unit, we allocate this 5 unit completely. Now this remains 0. This is 0. This is 15. This is 15. And here this is 0. And this is 25. And this remains, since 5 is allocated over here, this remains 5. So since warehouse 1 have filled it to its maximum capacity, so we'll eliminate the warehouse 1. So let us eliminate this warehouse 1. Now only these 4 cells are there, which are nothing but associated with the plant P2, P3 and warehouse 3 and warehouse 4. So what is the minimum cost associated with these metrics?
9.
9. Okay, good. Now we'll allocate the maximum to 9, which is warehouse 3 and plant P2. Means this is the shipping cost from plant P2 to warehouse 3. So check out what is the demand and supply. The demand is 15 and supply is 25. 15 and 25, which is minimum. This 15 is minimum. So we'll allocate the maximum capacity of the warehouse, which is the 15 units over here. And once we allocate the 15 units, this will remain 0. This is 0. This is 0. And this is 15. And this is remains 10 now. This is 0. This is 5. Since warehouse 3 is filled with it to its maximum capacity, we'll eliminate this column as well. Only 2 cells are left. So either you can choose. Once you are having the 2 cells, either one you can choose, but By rule, we'll check that which is the minimum cost associated with the warehouse 4 and the shipping cost from plant 3 is the minimum, which is 18 units. So let us first fill the capacity of W4 from plant 3 to its maximum value. So here only the 5 units left from the supply from P3, but the maximum capacity is 15. So we'll allocate first 5 over here. Once 5, this is 0 now, and 5 left reduce kar diya, which is 10 now. Now only the 10 capacity is there left, and 10 is to be left from plant P2. So this last allocation must be equal. If this allocation is not equal, it means that you have made a mistake. So remember it that the value at the last allocation must be equal if it is a balanced one. If the problem is balanced one. So this 10 unit, this 10 unit, only this unit is remaining. Once you allocate this 10 units, the allocation is complete. So now let us check whether the allocation to be done correctly or not. The plant P1 is having the supply capacity of 15, which is filled 15. This is plant P2 has capacity 25, 10 plus 15, which is filled. Plant P3 has capacity 10 units, which is 5 and 5, 10 units. Warehouse capacity is to be checked 5 unit, which is 5 unit, 15 unit, 15 unit, 15 unit, 15 unit, and 15 units. Now the next part is the transportation cost. Find the transportation cost and tell me what is the value. Till then, I'll try to make the formula. 15 units multiplied by 2 units plus 15 units plus this is 9 unit plus this is 10 units multiplied by transportation cost, this is 20 plus this is 5 unit multiplied by the cost associated with plant 3 to warehouse 1 plus the 5 unit multiplied by this transportation cost of warehouse 4 from plant 3 to be which is 364. कुछ रह तो नहीं गया है, चेक करें. 1 2 something is missing. Something is missing. Now it is correct now, 475. So earlier we have find that the northwest corner method is having the transportation cost of 520 rupees or unit, 520, and here we are having 475 in case of the least cost method. So from this we can find that the the least cost method has to be given the preference over the northwest corner method. Now let us check the next one, which is the Vogel approximation method. So till then, if you do have any query, you just find me, ask me directly. So we'll again copy the whole thing over here. So Vogel approximation method, what we have discussed is based on the penalty method, or you can say this is a penalty method as well. So what we will do here is to find the penalty first. Penalty means the least cost of the each row and the next to least cost. Means if considering this row, the least cost is 2, which I am coloring by this gray, and the next least cost is the $10 or 10 units, which is this one. So penalty is nothing but it is the difference of the least cost with the next to the least cost. So you have to first find the penalty of each row and column. So let's say find the penalty. And here we'll also find the penalty. Penalty for the first case is this is 10 and this is 2, this is 8. Tell me what is the penalty for this row?
8.
8?
No, sir. 2.
2. This is 7, this is 9. This means penalty is 2. What is the penalty of this row?
10.
This is 4 and this is 14, which is 10. Now find the penalty for the column.
6.
6. Good. 6. What is the penalty for this column? 5. And what is the penalty for this column?
7.
9 and 16, which is 7. And what is the penalty for this column?
7.
11 and 18, which is 7. Now we find the penalty first. Once we find the penalty, what we will do? We'll check the maximum penalty of among the row and column. We are considering both row and column. Whatever the maximum penalty, will pick up those row or column. So here in this case, row 3 is having maximum penalty, which is 10 units. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So we will allocate the row 3 first. We'll allocate the row 3 first. तो रो 3 एलोकेट जब करेंगे तो हम बाकी सारा काम जो है वो लीस्ट कॉस्ट मेथड का करेंगे. So this penalty method is nothing but it is the combination of the penalty associated with the least cost. So now we allocate the maximum to that cell which is having the least cost associated with the maximum penalty. लीस्ट कॉस्ट मेथड में क्या होता था, जो मिनिमम कॉस्ट होती थी उसको मैक्सिमम एलोकेट करते थे.
Yes, sir.
So what we will do over here is this penalty is maximum. Penalty is the determining factor to allocate which row or column. So this you have to consider, remember. So row 3 is now the center of attraction, and in this row warehouse 1, the shipping cost from P3 to warehouse 1 is 4 unit, which is least in this row. So what we will do, we will allocate this cell to the maximum value. Now we'll copy over here and let's say copy somewhere here. So this row is associated and this is the least cost. So least cost cell को हम maximum allocation कर देंगे. So what is the maximum allocation that can be done on warehouse 1? मिनिमम वैल्यू चेक करते हैं. दिस इज 5, दिस इज 10, मींस 5 इसकी मैक्सिमम कैपेसिटी है, बट प्लांट 3 कैन इज प्रोड्यूसिंग 10 यूनिट्स. सो विल फिल द होल कैपेसिटी ऑफ द warehouse 1. Once the warehouse 1 is filled to its full capacity, it means this row or the capacity of warehouse 1 is filled now. We eliminate this, we eliminate this row now. We eliminate, and this value is now 0, and this value remains now 10 units. Now again what we will do, we'll again find the penalty.
सर
तो
वहाँ
this
वैल्यू 10 होगा कि 5 होगा?
कहाँ पर? यहाँ
यस सर,
5 units. Okay, we are reducing the 5 units from this. So this remains 5 now. So again we'll find the penalty for each row and each column, excluding this column, because this column is filled now. So what is the penalty for this particular matrix now? Find this row. Tell me fast. 2, 8. Next value is 11, which is 9. 2, 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
7 and 9, which is 2. 14 and 16, which is 2. And here the penalty is 0 या dash. कोई जरूरत नहीं है इसकी मुझे, क्योंकि ये ऑलरेडी फिल हो चुका है. इसकी पेनाल्टी फाइंड करेंगे, which is 2 and 7, which is 5, and penalty for this thing is 9 and 16, which is 7, which is 11, and 18, which is again 7. So what is the maximum penalty now? Among the rows and column, we'll focus on these values and as well as on these values. What is the maximum penalty? Which row or column? It is the column row 1, because this 9 is the maximum value. So we'll consider the allocation for the first row or the allocation from plant P1 to warehouse W1, W2 or W3 or W4 with the cost associated, which is having the least value. So row 1, the least value is associated with the warehouse 2, which is the 2 unit, $2 or 2 unit transportation cost, which is minimum one. So how we allocate is we check it out what is the maximum demand of warehouse 2, which is 15, and maximum supply of P1 is 15, which is same now. So we can fill the whole 15 units to warehouse 2. So now 15 units have been filled, and this will remain 0 now. This is 0. This is 25. This is 5. And this is 15 is filled, which is 0. और whatever आप यहाँ पे भी लिख सकते हो इसको 0, and this is 25 and this is 5. So since plant P1 supply its whole capacity, which is 15 units, we can remove this row from the allocation. So this row is eliminated, and this column or warehouse 2 has filled with it to its maximum capacity, which is also filled. Now only this part is remaining. Now I'll try to find the penalty first. 9 and 20, which is 11. 16 and 18, because दो ही बचे हैं तो कोई ऐसी दिक्कत नहीं है. Simple 2. And 9 and 16 is 7. 20 and 18 is 2. Which is the maximum? 11, 7. Fill, allocate this row. This is our center of attraction. Which is the minimum value? This 9 is the minimum value, and the maximum capacity of warehouse 3 is 15, and the supply from P2 is 25. So which is the minimum one? This is the 15. We'll allocate the 15 to this W3 from P2 is 15 now, and when this is replenished, this is 0, this is 15, and this remains 10. This is 0, this is 5. So this column or warehouse 3 filled with to its maximum capacity will remove this column as well. Now only 2 cells are left. You can allocate directly by the least cost method. No need to find out the penalty for these last 2 cells. Just using the cost with the least value. Since 18 has the least value and the allocation left is there 5 units, we'll allocate 5 units first here. This is now 0. मेरे ख्याल से समझ जाएंगे अब आप लोग, जगह नहीं है. This is 0 now, and 10 बचा था यहाँ पर, और मैंने क्या कर दिया है 5 यूनिट्स एलोकेट कर दिया है. तो यहाँ पे भी बचा कितना 10 यूनिट्स. You can see that this 10 unit and this 10 units again are same. This 10 units and this 10 units are same. So for the last cells, if the allocation supply and demand is equal, it means your allocation is correct. It means this value is having the 10 units. I guess everybody now do understand the allocation for the this method. Everybody do understand?
Yes, sir.
किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम हो तो बताए. क्या समझ में आ गया ये पेनाल्टी मेथड?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now find the transportation cost, which is the transportation cost which is equal to, which is 5 units, sorry. बताएं, निकालें जरा फटाफट. 15 unit and the transportation cost associated from plant P1 to W2 is P1 to W2 is 2, which is 2, which is this value, plus W3 from P2 to W3, which is this, multiplied by the cost associated with the plant P2 to W3, which is 9, this value, plus 10 units multiplied by the cost associated or shipping cost associated from plant P2 to W4, which is 20, plus 5 unit multiplied by the cost associated from P3 to W1, which is 4, plus 5 multiplied by the cost associated, which is 18. Enter 475. So we can check now the transportation cost from northwest corner method is 520, and transportation cost from least cost method is 475, and transportation cost of through Vogel approximation method is 475. So in this particular case, 475 value is coming from the Vogel approximation method as well as from the least cost method. So what you will do is now do 2 or 3 problem by all these 3 methods and find out which is the best suitable one, and you will find that the least cost method is the better method finding the initial basic feasible solution for the transportation module problems. So if you do have any queries, kindly do 2-3 problems of the book Taha, and if you do have any doubt, you just send me the mail or the message. I'll try my level best to revert you back. If you do have any problem, you just ask me right now. And if you don't have any query, just drop your attendance and leave the classroom.
सर, इन तीनों मेथड में मिनिमम ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट कौन देगा?
जो वोगेल अप्रोक्सीमेशन मेथड देता है, this is the best suitable, and I suggest you all always find the initial basic solution from the Vogel approximation method. In case if suppose you are thinking that you are not doing correctly Vogel approximation method, so you just go for the least cost method. That is also gives you a closer value of the transportation cost. But what happened, the transportation cost जब निकल आएगा तो आपको उधर जो फाइनल ऑप्टिमल सोल्यूशन निकालेंगे, there you have to do at least 1 or 2 iteration ज़्यादा करने पड़ेंगे, more from this Vogel approximation method. What we are trying to do is we are trying to find the best method which is best suited for the final optimal solution, because the optimal solution which is having less number of iteration is the best suited one. जल्दी आप optimal solution तक पहुंच जाते हैं, iteration ज़्यादा नहीं करने पड़ते हैं. अगर आप इस तरह से करेंगे तो। So my suggestion is to do the Vogel approximation method suggestion, or you do, if you suppose not able to find the allocation from this method, you just go for the least cost method, which is the simple one, but my suggestion is this one, because इससे iteration कम होंगे उसमें। और कोई मेथड, और कोई क्वेश्चन?
No, sir.
Any other query? So class का time over हो गया, you just leave, drop your attendance and leave the class.